Hello and welcome back. Before we get to the draft, I just have an exciting announcement. I made more art, and not only did I make more art, but I finally set up my software in a way that I can make a bunch of art a lot more reliably. So I'm challenging myself to make an art at least every single time I release a new YouTube video. So I'll be letting you guys know probably in the comments, sometimes in the videos. You can follow my Instagram where I've kind of started posting again at CalebGannonOfficial. There'll be links in the description. So right now I've started just with black and white. That's what I was feeling. So if you're interested in any of these, the details on these are quite incredible. If I zoom in on this, you can go all the way to here and it's just, I don't know, it's really pretty and kind of elegant. Bicycle Man, this one, or Bicycle of the Future, whatever you want to call it, vaguely looks like a person riding a bicycle that's the galaxy, which I quite like. And the details, the line work is very nice. I'm very, very happy with how all of these turned out. So if you're interested in getting these, you can go to my shop, which will be in the description, or you can go to my website and click on shop. And they also come framed, so let's look at like this one. I finally have the ability to offer frames, so black frame, white frame, natural wood, and things like that. So if you're interested in any of that, check out the description, go to my shop. Otherwise, enjoy the draft. Hello and welcome back. Vintage Cube is finally here. What a time to be alive. Ooh, and we got a great pack to start it off too. Time Star was my favorite card. Channel's very good. Probably, honestly, Skyclave Apparition is the card to take to maximize your win rate here. Grist is a new addition, which is pretty spicy. Make insects or things. Sacrifice a creature, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Pretty good in like green-black mid-range, but how do I pass Time Spiral? It's such a fun card. There's no chance we wheel Consecrated Sphinx, but if we do, it'd be sweet. I know a lot of people love Channel. I think it's very narrow and limiting, and it like encourages you to build decks that have some really, really rough draws. Where like, you put like Channel plus like Mindslaver, Karn, Emrakul in your deck, and then if you don't draw Channel, you just have all these like 8 and 15 drops that you just can't cast. Unless you get like the perfect Channel deck, right? If you have like blue-green, Mystical Tutor, Time Twister, like Channel Storm with Emrakul and like Show and Tell or whatever, I think then it can be good, but that's like a very specific deck that Channel fits in. Time Storm is good in, well, there's many different ways to Storm, I guess is what I'm saying. Like you can go blue-red Storm, mono-blue High Tide Storm. There's like a bunch of different uses for this. You could play it in Control, things like that, which are options. We're just going to take a Mind's Desire though. Do some fun things over here. There's a Repeal. I do love Repeal. So far we're staying mono-blue, which is good. There's Walking Ballista, which I actually am quite fond of in whatever we end up doing. But I think it's basically every time I take this card, it overperforms. Unless you're just casting it as a 2-mana 1/1, then it's not great. But otherwise, I think it's pretty good. I like Repeal. Control Magic is medium, like it's fine, but we'll just take this card. Past in Flames is good. Bolas's Citadel. Oh, Shelldock. I do love Old Border Past in Flames. Oh, there's a lot of Old Border cards. Old Border Young Powermancer and everything is sweet, but Shelldock Isle with like this setup is so good. Really good combo with Time Spiral. Pretty good with Mind's Desire too. This gets cards out of your deck. So we're just going to take this, staying mono blue. Just keeping in mind both Bolas's Citadel and Past in Flames are still in the packs. So we have like outs to get them. It's maybe unlikely that Bolas's Citadel comes around, but Past in Flames not a lot of people usually take. So I'd be pretty happy for that. Alright, what do we got here? We have Ulamog. I mean, we could go big Eldrazi. I think I just passed a bunch of Eldrazi and Channel. Honestly, I'm not that upset about it. I could just take Thieving Skydiver though. This card's generally quite good. A lot of times this is like 4 mana steal a Signet or 2 mana steal a Mox. No, X can't be 0. But you could steal a Mox by paying 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna take Thieving Skydiver. Helps us stay monocolored. And like, if we don't end up Storm, like blue is the best place to be for control, for if you go like Splinter Twin or whatever is pretty good. Ooh. 2 options, Brain Freeze and Thassa's Oracle. We're going to take Brain Freeze because Thassa's Oracle is more likely to come around. I think Brain Freeze is just a overall better win condition most of the time. And then we get this really bad pack, Paladin class. Those your opponent cast during your turn cost 1 more to cast. Wow, this is pretty bad. I mean, it is 4 mana to pump your team, so like I guess that's okay, but it's pretty bad. I'm just going to take Lava Claw Reaches in case I end up moving into Grixis or something like that. The tapped land isn't great, but look at this art. How do you pass this artwork? Like a horse going into a molten tube? Have you guys ever been to like the lava tubes in Hawaii? That's what I imagine this is what they looked like before. And I guess there are probably horses stuck in those tubes as well. So I'm seeing Ragavan going late. This card's insane. I'm seeing Dig Through Time. Card's also very good. We're just gonna take Dig Through Time. I'm a bit worried that my curve is very top heavy. Also, Dig Through Time is pretty awkward in like a time spiral deck because there are a lot of times where you time spiral, you have no graveyard, and then you get Dig Through Time, and then you're just kind of like stuck with it, which is not amazing. I'll take a Cabal Ritual, I guess. I could take Blood Crypt, but I'm just gonna take the Ritual. I think this card is very good. Because like Blood Crypt, if it was a blue-black land, I would definitely take it before Ritual, but black-red, I don't necessarily love. Okay, we get Imperial Seal, Hero's Downfall. Take the Seal, even though it's really bad. There's an Imperial Recruiter, there's also a Shieldred. What do I like more? Right now I have Imperial Seal, Cabal Ritual. I mean, we could backdoor into Reanimator, but at that I think Shieldred is pretty bad. Sphinx is good if we get Tinker, I guess. I'm gonna take the Recruiter is the most playable card, I think, overall. And I think this pack is the one that had Past in Flames. Yeah, okay, we get Past in Flames over Young Pyromancer and stuff, but this card's sweet if we get Gifts Ungiven. Which Gifts Ungiven is a card people don't take very highly. I hope it's still in the cube, I guess. It's possible they cut it, but I thought I saw Unburial Rites. So, I don't know, you'd have to be crazy to do that. Oh, it looks so good in Old Border though. Ophiomancer, Ashen Rider, Arbor Elf. I guess we take this one? Because if we are playing black, like, maybe we want blockers. Bone Shredder, Recurring Nightmare. I mean, do I just, like, transition? Take a Bone Shredder for interaction. Shallow Grave. Alright, Reanimator is wide open. We only saw some of the bad Reanimator cards, like Shieldred, Ashen Rider. Like, Ashen Rider is pretty good, but the rest of them are quite bad. Shallow Grave Archon of Cruelty is actually interesting. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, target opponent sacrifices a creature, discards a card, and loses 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3. It kind of bothers me how it's not symmetric, that you don't get a creature back from your graveyard to hand. That's a little irking about that card, but I think I'm just going to take Mana Leak. Ooh, Solitude, another sweet addition. It's basically Swords to Plowshares that costs a white card. Like, it turns a white card from your hand into a Lotus Petal, basically, is the way to think of these free spells. We are just going to take this Mana Leak, though. Cheap interaction's really good. What is this? 4 mana 5/2. Flash Flying. Enters tapped. You may cast it from your graveyard if a creature not named it died this turn. That's actually really sweet. Like, if you're playing a control deck, you kill their stuff, you flash it in. Wow. I don't think I've read this card before, but it is pretty awesome. Vision is okay. I don't know if I love it. I would take maybe Vampiric, but I already have Imperial Seal. Daze is the other card I would consider, but I think this deck right now needs some amount more card draw. Cryptic Command is great. I like that. Tezzeret the Seeker is fine. I don't have any artifacts though, so we'll take our Cryptic while we can. There is a Seething Song and some stuff, but there's that. We get High Tide. There's also Lion's Eye Diamond and stuff, but High Tide Time Spiral, like, you can't pass that up. So I'm not Shallow Graving or doing any of this. Maybe I'm playing Past in Flames, but I'd like to stay mono blue if possible. Urza's Saga. That lets me make 2 constructs, and then I can get an artifact. This is good. This card is very win more if you have power. It's just insane. On its own, you can make... It's a land that makes 2 2/2s. But I think I'm just going to take Sword of Temptation to get a bit more interaction. I like Lightning Bolt as well. I think it's quite good. But again, I'd like to stay mono blue if possible. Here we have Gush, Inkwell Leviathan, and a Spirebluff Canal. Gush in a High Tide deck is a bit awkward, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, our deck, we are short on playables. That I will admit. What's in my sideboard? Shallow Grave, Bone Shredder. Yeah, no cards that I want are in play right now. Ooh, Molly D. I love Muldrifter. 1,000-Year Storm is definitely spicy. But I can only have so many 6-drops in my deck. Let's just take the Muldrifter. I'm just gonna say that it's a 3-drop for curve consideration. Murd Battlesphere, Craterhoof, Behemoth, Burst Lightning, Heartbeat of Spring. Do I need a Battlesphere? I mean, I have High Tide. Like, this is an alternate win condition. I could move into blue-red, take Goldspan Dragon. The old Tubbers. I love this card. But I always take it and then never play it, and I feel bad. I want him to get some, like, time to shine in other decks. Honestly, I'm just going to take a Burst Lightning. Am I even playing Past in Flames? No. Just take a Battle Sphere. I now have the win condition of Storm into Mer Battle Sphere. Is that good? No. It's definitely not good. Guess I'll take this for Shallow Grave stuff. It's possible I need to get in there if I, you know, we could end up blue-black if I don't get enough playables. I wouldn't love it, but it wouldn't be the worst thing either. Maybe not Past in Flames. Like, I could be kind of blue-black more mid-range, right? If I get rid of Mind's Desire, and then I just have, like, Shallow Grave, Mer Battle Sphere, Even Death, Dracolich. I think Wheel of Misfortune, unless I'm misreading it, I think this card is unplayable in anything that's not Burn. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number. So if you're playing Storm, you have no pressure. They just choose a big number, and then you just never get anything. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Yawgmoth's Bargain. Seething Song. I think I gotta take Seething Song. There's Lion's Eye Diamond, Expansion Explosion, and Witchclaw Talisman. Probably just LED. There's Reggie. Oh, Toski is probably pretty bad in this cube too. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. It costs 4. It's a lot. I think they replaced Harmonize with it. Harmonize was quite a bit better in my opinion. So this deck is looking pretty weird. It's like Storm with an Even Death. Man, it's so sweet that you can just cast this with Flash. I'll take Siege Gang, I guess. I don't know. Midnight Reaper? Alright. I was definitely supposed to be black-red. It might not be too late to switch, but we're getting Frantic Search. We have High Tide. It might be too late. We're just drafting a bunch of decks. I could also try and wheel Frantic Search and take Jace the Mind Sculptor. But because we have the Shallow Grave angle, I think Frantic Search is actually pretty good. Uppling this. Maybe we'll play Past in Flames? Like Seething Song? I don't know. The mana for that is pretty bad, but Past in Flames LED is a good combo. Well, it's just fine. It's not great. I don't like this. I mean, right now this is what I'm looking at. Bringing back Mind's Desire because now I have Frantic Search. It's definitely going to be something. It's not good, but it is something. And that's what I'm here for. Is this the top creature card? Yeah. Ooh, Muldrifter Shallow Grave. That is a good combo. 5 mana to draw 4 cards. I mean, what else could you ask for, honestly? Watery Grave, Chrome Mox, Time Twister, Den of the Bugbear. 4 mana makes it 3/2 Goblin whenever this creature attacks. Ooh. That's really good. Plus, you can activate this ability multiple times and get more goblins per attack. That's really sweet. This turns an artifact into a 4/4. This seems almost completely unplayable. What deck wants aggro artifacts in blue? I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think I take Time Twister over Watery Grave, though. I like Lotus Bloom as well when you have Mind's Desire. Ooh, Miscalculation versus Glenalendra. I think I like Miscalc because it has cycling. And my deck is pretty top heavy, so being able to do stuff for cheap. There is Tendrils, but we should be able to find that on the wheel, hopefully. There's Force of Will. That's pretty good. We have Jite and stuff, but we're kind of like blue control that might be shallow graving some Archon of Cruelties. And I am here for it. I don't know if I'm playing these. So if I get rid of all of this, this is 24. And that looks okay. I mean, I'm literally just playing Cabal, Ritual, Shallow Grave, Archon of Cruelty right now. Oh, Shallow Grave Emrakul though. Okay. There's also Narset Part of Veils, which is just better. Yeah, okay, I'll take the better card. I really did want a Shallow Grave Emrakul, but we get our Mystical Tutor. I think at this point we might not even need to play black. Cut these. I still have Shallow Grave Archon. I'm trying to see if there's anything better. Well, let's see. We have Shallow Grave, Archon, Mer Battle Sphere, and Muldrifter. Thieving Skydiver. I mean, just Shallow Grave, Muldrifter. Let's go. Force of Negation versus Dark. Yeah, let's just take Force of Negation, I guess. Nobody's doing anything. It's a lot of counter magic, to be honest. I think this might be the rare mono blue deck that's like all counters, and then you just brain freeze them for the final kill. Okay, it's getting somewhere. I don't know where it's getting. I'm not doing Ebon Death. At this point, maybe I just want like Past in Flames, but Past in Flames is pretty awkward. Oh. Wow. Palinchron versus Memory Jar. Palinchron lets me just get infinite mana and Mind's Desire in my whole deck. Memory Jar is card draw, but I already have Time Twister and Time Spiral. Shark Typhoon is really good too, but I think I want Palinchron. That's just like a really, really good one. Bergie's good, I guess. I don't know. I needed like one more blue card, and I think Lotus Bloom might do it. Oh, Corpse Dance to go with our Archon of Cruelty. Okay, there's Tendrils. Yeah, now we're fine. So we just get rid of all of this. I could bring in Cabal Ritual. Cut Bergie. Do I just run like Tendrils Cabal Ritual and then like no black sources in the whole deck? That might sound crazy, but because we're just hitting Tendrils after we're like going through our whole deck, I don't think well, basically I can cast Tendrils off of Mind's Desire. That's a lot of mana doublers. Let me think about this. I can also cast Tendrils off of Shelldock Isle. If only I had gotten the double blue card that's like, when your library is empty, you win the game. So this is 26. Busy Mortar, sure. How do I do this? Kind of wish I had an Eldrazi. I mean, I can just always LED for black, and then just keep that floating to Tendrils them. Like, I can cut Mer Battlesphere. This is a land. 24. Lotus Bloom also gives me enough black for Tendrils, and I can hit Lotus Bloom off Mind's Desire as well. I feel like this deck probably doesn't want Lion's Eye Diamond. It's a bit awkward. Here we go. 16 lands. Yeah. 16 islands with just a random Tendrils in the deck that I can cast off Shelldock Isle, Lotus Bloom, or Mind's Desire. If I run a single swamp, actually one swamp, this is perfect. One swamp means that if I get infinite mana off Palinchron, I guess I have to have the swamp in play though. And the opportunity cost is pretty large with High Tide. No, we're running an uncastable Tendrils that we will hit off of Mind's Desire. Like if we just Mind's Desire whole deck, we get Tendrils. We just have to like find a way to try and put it inside of our library. If we don't do that, we can also Lotus Bloom and cast Tendrils. I think this is fine because Tendrils is only plan B, Brain Freeze is plan A. I'm happy with this deck, and I will see you guys round 1. Alright, we're playing against Carson Caruso. Let's see, we have High Tide Frantic Search in hand, but we also have Tendrils in hand, which is effectively like a mulligan. I also have no interaction. So like if my opponent just does something, I think I mulligan these. Yeah, now I at least have Mana Leak and we can get rid of Tendrils. Like, having Tendrils in your hand is just worse. Because you want it in the deck to hit off Mind's Desire. So like, if possible, we would just sneak it in there. I guess this deck would really benefit from Brain... Oh gosh, if this is mono red, we're super dead. But at least they don't have Ragavan turn 1. Okay, this hand is also really bad. Nothing turn 2, and then we'll be okay. No, stop. Mono red is like our worst, absolute worst oh. Well, I guess Detecting Probe doesn't tell me anything. It tells them that my hand is terrible, though. Okay. Not the end of the world. Palinchron is definitely something. Just casting Embereth Shieldbreaker. I have quite a few other counters. This is literally just a 2-mana 2/1, though. I think I let it go through. Chain Lightning My Face, I also let that go through. Okay, Shelldock was good. Time Twister versus Brain Freeze. If someone's low, probably I'm just gonna want a Time Twister. I think Brain Freeze will just be lethal, so I can cut Tendrils next round. But yeah, the Steam can... Alright, well we're countering this before they trigger a mana ability. That way they can't use the 3 red to cast, or to pay for Hazard's Mana Leak. I do take 6 though, so we have like 2 turns. Alright, we're drawing only land. Yeah, I think we're dead. A timely High Tide could do something, right? Next turn we go High Tide into Palinchron, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Oh, okay, well, I guess I can gush. I can miscalc. But now I have like no... Oh, right, okay. Right. It was worth a try. Against mono red, this is really bad. I'm cutting Tendrils for Mer Battle Sphere. I could bring in red. I have like Amizium Mortars. No, this is perfect. This deck is so good. Nobody can stop me. Except for maybe a really good mono red deck. Alright, let's do this. Going first. We're gonna have a good hand. Oh yeah. Look at this. We're gonna Lotus Bloom. And then we're gonna Sower of Temptation. Then we have Gush, which is obviously a good card in our deck. What could go wrong? Suspend. Boom. Shelldock. Give me good stuff. Dig Through Time. Easy. Lands in any order. Did we want to draw those? Probably. Doesn't matter though. We have a Brain Freeze and a Dream. Yikes. Beaumont Courier. Pretty scary. Oh wait! I'm gonna steal that if I draw a land here. Land? Nice. Right? I need the kicker to be 1, and then I can just yoink their guy. This is actually kind of sick. We just need them to tap out for something. Okay, don't love it, but it could draw me lands, which I actually do want. Land? Muldrifter, acceptable. So what I was thinking, actually, they don't want to pop Beaumont Courier because they'll discard their hand. So I probably just get it, unless they want to discard their hand. So cast with kicker for 1. Steal this. Nice. We could even use Lotus Bloom to activate the Beaumont Courier if we want to. That's how good we are at this game. So we're gonna take, or we're gonna block. Land? Man, dude never draws me cards. Alright, we'll block here. Actually, this Gush will end up being good. Rampaging Ferocidon. Okay. So we get Lotus Bloom. I'm just gonna Gush. Play land. Sower of Temptation, the Rampaging Ferocidon. And then just start beating them down. I have Brain Freeze in my hand, so I don't really have to worry about Beaumont Courier, but it's also making my dig through time better. This is glorious. They Chain Lightning my Sower, getting back Rampaging Ferocidon. I can Force of Will that. Pitching Mind's Desire, that seems probably worthwhile. I was tempted, I could have used my Lotus Bloom for double red. And then used the double red to kill Rampaging Ferocidon, but it obviously was not worthwhile. So let's cast a Muldrifter, I think. Take 1. A lot of land. But just getting my library lower and lower for Dig Through Time. Let's hope Beaumont Courier did not exile High Tide. I only attacked 1 time. And I'm gonna go for the double block. Pretty happy that went through. Eidolon is annoying, but honestly my hand is pretty big now. I only have 1 card in hand. Uh-oh, 4-drop. Sulfuric Vortex I definitely have to counter. And I guess Palinchron just goes away. I can't exile Brain Freeze, that's like my one way to win. So they have a 2-2 with no cards in hand. I have Cryptic Command. Alright. I got some time. So I can Brain Freeze myself to activate Dig Through Time? I don't think I want to do that. Because I can just cast Dig Through Time next turn, and that'd be pretty easy. I can also like Cryptic Command, bounce Eidolon at end of turn. Frantic Search is helpful. Let's do that, pass turn. So now I can Frantic Search into Dig Through Time if I need to. I'm hoping they just cast a spell. Okay. They're not doing anything. So I can Frantic Search, go down to 5. That seems pretty risky. Let's just wait. Ooh, Repeal can let me bounce the Eidolon. I think I do want to Dig Through Time. If they have 7 points of burn, you know, it's whatever. But, wow. Can I kill them here? High Tide Island. I mean, High Tide Island's gotta give me the best chance, right? Or just High Tide Time Spiral, maybe? The problem is if I go High Tide Frantic Search, I just die. And if I don't take an island, then I can't cast Cryptic Command here. I think we're going High Tide Island. And then putting Time Spiral, doesn't matter, I guess. Player land, pass turn. And if they have like literally double Lightning Bolt, then we're in trouble. Alright, let's return this to their owner's hand. Draw a card. They have 5 points of burn here, you know, whatever. Okay. Oh, that's game. High Tide. Mystical Tutor. What am I even tutoring for? Time Spiral? I guess it's not directly game, but it's pretty close. Oh, Mind's Desire. Right. Guess Mind's Desire I took out from her Battlesphere. Silly. Wow, my deck is all lands. I don't like this actually. Time Spiral. Frantic Search. Yeah, this is unnecessarily sketchy. Have I played a land yet? No. Let's discard, I guess, Repeal Brain Freeze. Yeah, I guess I'm all in for it. Untap these. Play this land. I kind of want a Time Twister. I guess it's the same, right? Just Time Spiral. Untap 6 lands. So I do draw a Cryptic Command and a Mer Battlesphere. So there is some hope. Let's Frantic Search. Wait, I need to tap some lands. Frantic Search. Okay, there's the Brain Freeze. So we discard these. Untap these. I can cast a Mer Battlesphere, I guess. I can... So I'm counting 6. This will mill for 21. I guess I do have to float cast a Gush. There's a Repeal. So I can cast a Thieving Skydiver. Then repeal a token. I guess this is lethal already, right? Brain Freeze for... Storm count is 8. So this will be 9. That'll be 27. Yeah, Brain Freeze you. Okay. Okay. Took down Burn, at least in one game. Do I just not have Mind's Desire? I guess it was in my graveyard. That makes more sense. Or I pitched it to Force of Will, maybe. We have a Battle Ball. Yeah, this deck is perfect. They can never stop us. So this hand, like, does nothing. I want to mulligan. I have Ancestral Vision, I believe. Yeah, this hand's just better. Keep this. Get rid of... guess I'm gonna cast this. Dig Through Time. I'm on the draw. Time Spiral is really good with High Tide specifically, but I think this feels like it might end up being a Dig Through Time matchup. I don't know. I want to cast Dig Through Time and then Time Spiral, not the other way around. These are so sick. They enter untapped. Turn 1 Goblin Guide. Alright, let's give us some lands. Yeah, this is just a really hard matchup. Like, I think my Storm deck is good, but decks with, like, really good 1-drops are tough to beat, especially when our Goblin Guides never give us mana. Land, suspend, suspend. Yeah, we're not winning. The hope is that we get to go, like, 4 turns before we can do something. It's just not gonna happen. My opponent kept a fresh 7. Well, I mean, they're just casting that. It's not so bad. Land? Okay, okay. Let's draw like a Repeal or a Mana Leak. Okay, a land is something. Take 4. Just keep hitting lands off Goblin Guide, please. Mind's Desire. Not, oh, but they whiffed. I mean, they might have Char. If they have Char, we're in big trouble. So, I think I know what's going to happen. They're going to Char end of turn. Oh, they didn't. Okay, actually, there might be hope now. If their play is like just Hazoret or nothing, both are good. Frantic Search, not bad. Chain Lightning me. Am I just dead to burn? Like Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Burst Lightning? Maybe. Cast Lotus Bloom. Draw Frantic Search. They abrade the Lotus Bloom. Do I Cryptic Command this? I mean, countering it is effectively like doing nothing. I can sack it for triple blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but I can't Cryptic Command or Dig Through Time. Alright. They were just ready and waiting with that abrade. They have 2 cards in hand. Sword of Temptation, if they don't have anything, is fine. Because I think if they do have... Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Got my land drop off. I don't think they know about Cryptic Command. Maybe they do. They probably do. They revealed Mind's Desire. No, they don't know about Cryptic Command. Okay. Because if I play Sword of Temptation and they have burn end of turn, especially for a creature, they just kill it and then I go down to 1. Here, I think the most likely sequence is they just go like land Thundermaw or like land Hazoret. And I get to counter the Hazoret. But now we're just going to Cryptic, tap their team draw. It was a very obvious Cryptic Command, but... Oh, I draw Force of Will, okay. Right. I just completely forgot this was a thing. Well, I cannot cast Force of Will, I have to win next turn. So let's do that. They're dead though, or they are tapped out at least. Do this, I'll draw 3. Land High Tide. How about all lands? All lands is interesting. Let's frantic search. I need like High Tide Palinchron now. No. They just Den of the Bugbear kill me, right? I discard these two. Tap these. I guess Dig Through Time is free. Or it costs 2. Right, Sword of Temptation doesn't work. I'm at 1 life. I can't cast Mind's Desire. Alright, Dig Through Time it is. Brain Freeze. Repeal? Any order. Then we repeal the token. I mean, we were kind of close. I think that was a valiant effort, at least. If we had seen High Tide anytime sooner, we would have been fine. Incinerate, Probe. Yeah, Wheel of Misfortune works in burn decks. Rampaging Ferocidon, Robber. Was close. I want to be able to cast Force of Will to die, but they're not going to let us have that. I'll let them kill me. I guess the real move was to Force of Will my own Brain Freeze and lose on that. Alright, see you guys next round. Alright, we're playing against Bonker Stew 420. Look at this hand. The old Narset Tendrils. I'm just going to mulligan. Yeah, this hand's way better. Basically, any hand with Tendrils in the opener is just awful. So we have Ancestral Vision, Frantic Surge, Dig Through Time. Am I getting rid of a Muldrifter? It's possible. Keeping this. What am I bottoming? Honestly, I think it is Muldrifter. Everything else is relatively instant speed. I get to go turn 1 Ancestral and then hold up Miscalc. I was really scared they were going to Thoughtseize my Ancestral Vision. Ooh, Force of Will is good. Spend this. Black-white is a tough matchup, but it depends on like what type of deck they are. Okay. I just realized I didn't see any power whatsoever. I'm gonna let that one go. We're gonna tackle the non-mana spells. Like, yes, they have a ton of mana now. That was their second turn. That's insane. But maybe they just like run out of gas and are top decking, right? Because we can miscalc something, Force of Will. Like, our deck's full of counter magic. The hope is that their hand is just full of lands. Yeah, is it Signet? Sure. We only have 2 cards in hand. Elspeth we counter. 1 card in hand. And they also tapped wrong. They could have gotten dazed. And now our plan is going perfectly. Ooh, Cryptic Command is nice. We just need to survive 1 turn here. I think I might be able to Frantic Search into Dig Through Time. This is going to put 3 cards in my graveyard, so that'll be 4. I'm going to be 1 short, I think. They do nothing. Okay. Let me just make sure. Frantic Search, draw 2, discard 2. This, 2 more. 4 plus 3 is 7. Yeah, I cannot Frantic Search into Dig Through Time. Land? Tendrils. Alright, let's discard that. Let's Frantic Search. Discarding Tendrils, Brain Freeze probably? Yeah. Untap these. Play land. Go ahead. So now they know what's up. They're gonna Mystical Tutor. I think that's fine. I'm just gonna counter whatever they're tutoring for. They probably wanted to do that in response to Frantic Search. Mystic Confluence. Yeah, I'm gonna counter that. I mean, that takes a lot of their mana too. We get to Ancestral Vision. Hopefully hit some more land drops. Oh wow, they're gonna try and aggressively Confluence my Ancestral Vision? Oh, they have Commit. Alright, we're gonna counter this one. Counter target spell, draw a card. Because we can Force of Will the draw 3. Ooh, Gush is really good too. I charged it up. Draw 3. We draw High Tide. And Narset. Okay. I may end up Force of Will pitching Gush here. And then we'll just get a Narset in play and hopefully have more counter spells off Dig Through Time. They have 1 card in hand and I know what it is. Alright, turn off auto yields. Let's make sure we can counter this. Oh, interesting. So they're doing that. That's... I almost want to let this go through. But it's way too good to just do this. Because then I can play Narset and then their Mystic Confluence does essentially nothing. Put a charge counter. Draw Lotus Bloom. Let's play Narset. Draw Mana Leak Time Twister. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can take Time Twister, and that trades their Mystic Confluence for some random card. I can take Mana Leak and that protects me from like a Karn or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So they can play around Mana Leak with Mystic Confluence. I think I'm just going to take Time Twister. And I guess Confluence doesn't really do anything, so let's just suspend Lotus Bloom, play a land. I can Time Twister now, or I can wait a turn. Right, because the Confluence, I mean, it can counter my Time Twister, so I guess it is worse than a random card, so let's just do that. Okay, and I force them negation now. That's great. Okay, they just concede. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't really see anything going on. I think Tendrils is probably fine. If I don't win off Tendrils, I can win off like Palinchron or whatever. Like it's a winnable game. This hand is all top end. I think I'm gonna mulligan. I'll keep this one and just get rid of Palinchron. Depending on what they do, I might just Time Twister on turn 3. Alright, never mind. Like I said, depending on what they do. We do have a Mully D though. And a lot of land. It's weird, it almost feels like you're getting flooded more. Is this another turn 2 Coalition Relic? Yes it is, okay. It almost feels like you're flooding harder when you're playing monocolors because all of your lands are the same. Okay, I'll suspend that, I guess. As opposed to other decks, where like, you know, you get some diversity of lands, so it feels like they're all different. Let's just hope their hand is like nothing. But turn 2 Coalition Relic 2 games in a row is definitely something. They might get scared and play around Mana Leak, or they might just Mind Twist me into oblivion. Okay, there's Elspeth. I guess Soldier. So now I'm under a clock. They have 2 cards in hand? That's not so bad. I think I just have to evoke this Bull Drifter. I need to like draw a Cryptic Command into stuff. Like Narset. So they can make a creature a 4/4? Okay, well, hopefully that's all they have. They could be holding a Mystic Confluence though. That feels like Mystic Confluence and or Commit Memory. Their mana is really ambitious, I just realized. We are going to play Narset here, because if they Mystic Confluence this, I'd much rather have this get countered than Time Spiral. Yep. They were obviously telegraphing it, but not a whole lot I can do. But that resolves. Now I have Time Spiral and Lotus Bloom at the ready. So if I just draw like High Tide, you know, there's a chance to just kill them next turn. And their clock is not crazy fast. I could have maybe waited until I drew like Mana Leak, because I don't care about Elspeth's Emblem. They're going for the overall slower clock, I think. Maybe it's not slower. Cast this, see if they have commit. Okay. Repeal. Alright. How is their deck supposed to generate blue mana? There's High Tide. I mean, play a land. Palinchron costs 7 to cast and 4 to return. So I need 1 more land to be able to go infinite with him, so I will wait 1 turn to go for High Tide into Time Spiral. And I'm not going to suspend Lotus Bloom because I want it in my deck to be able to hit off Mind's Desire or discard to Frantic Search. Okay, Teferi's annoying, but doesn't stop me currently. If they have commit in hand, I'm like super dead, but I'm not beating that anyway. But we'll see. What a good time. Alright, do this. High Tide. Time Spiral. Does this resolve? The thing is, they could easily just draw commit as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have Tendrils in hand. What do we want to do here? I like Narset first, because she could find High Tide again. Downtick Narset. I whiff? Ugh. Alright, well that's pretty bad. Frantic Search. Okay, there's Brain Freeze. So let's discard Tendrils land. Untap, untap, untap. I can hard cast a Gush, because mana's not really the issue. I draw 2 land? Oh boy. I can't do the Mana Leak my own Brain Freeze trick, because I was thinking of like Mana Leak my Gush, and then my Storm count would be 7, and then it would be lethal, but because they have Teferi out, I cannot instant speed hit him with the Mana Leak, so I think because we just double whiff, we probably just lose here. And the downside of our Narset is there's like no way for them to accidentally deck themselves. Lingering Souls, they have Time Walk? Uh-oh. They do have Mind Twist. Hymn to Torok, Elspeth, Mystic Confluence, Anguish Unmaking. I mean, at least their mana is like really ambitious, right? They have Tundra Colonnade. Dechrome Coast is like their only blue. Polluted Delta? Okay, maybe it's not so bad. Yeah, this is a tough matchup. They would have 1 card. Duress. Yeah, I mean, I could draw Time Twister into High Tide Frantic Search. So like we still go for this. And we're just very dead next turn. Best case scenario, they emblem their Elspeth. Let's see how scared they are of me. They're not scared of Narset. Okay, we could draw Time Twister. I mean, see what we hit. Time Twister, Force of Negation. Perfection. On to the next game. They just have like Planeswalkers and whatnot. Yeah, we're fine. At this point, after seeing their deck, why do they always give me Tendrils in hand? I'm gonna keep this because of Mana Leak. But in every single opening hand, I think I've had this card. It's supposed to just be in the deck, you know? Not in my opener. They have Duress? Oh, we're so dead if they have Duress. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Well, the benefit is I can play around Hymn to Torok by sniping it with by having them discard my Tendrils. That's what this card is best at. But yeah, it felt hard to mulligan when our opponent's playing Hymn to Torok and nonsense like that. Okay, Repeal is good. I hope they play the Mox, and then I can Thieving Skydiver steal it, and then repeal my Thieving Skydiver. They do nothing. Okay. And? I mean, this could be worse. The really frustrating part about 3 mana Teferi is like, I have the answer in hand. I have Repeal, and I still could not repeal after they cast 3 mana Teferi because you just can't cast spells. Ooh, Force of Negation makes me feel pretty comfortable. I just want to keep drawing lands. That's kind of why I kept the 7 mana hand, or 7 card hand, is like, it had a lot of lands and that's all this deck wants. Okay, they do play their Mox. Mind Twist for like 13. Elspeth. Hardcast Force. Ooh. What do I like more, Narset or Thieving Skydiver on the Mox? I'm a sucker for value. Cast with Kicker. X cannot be 0. So you have to do this for 3. But then you get to steal this. If I get Mind Twisted, I get Mind Twisted. No, don't actually do it. Okay, Big Teferi. I don't love it. But at least I can attack. That's why I went with the Thieving Skydiver. I can attack and then Narset actually stops their ability to draw extra cards. Uh-oh, what is this? Forward kill? No! Unacceptable. Alright, let's go Narset. Get a thing. Ooh. I mean, I could just Narset into Time Twister right now. That seems pretty good. Play a land. Time Twister. Come on! Okay. How am I drawing so many lands? It's unreal. I mean, Pound Crown, oddly enough, kind of deals with Teferi. I just hope they play Coalition Relic, and then I get to go Palancron into Thieving Skydiver, steal your Coalition Relic. They only have 1 card in hand, right? Like, can't be that good. Never mind. They get to commit my... Man! Oh boy. This game doesn't want me to win. They draw a card with Teferi. Play an artifact. The Inquisition might even... Ugh. Brutal. But we can still draw spells or something. I've heard there are cards besides land that go in your deck, like a Cryptic Command. Yeah, let's do this, I guess. Untap 7 lands. This feels okay. Narset's gonna be like the next card or something. If they try and tuck Palancron, I can bounce it to hand. They draw a card that's also fine. Winds of Abandon. Let's bounce Palancron to my hand. They have 2 cards in hand. Fairy's a bit scary. They can't have commit, but they could have... Oh, geez. They could have Mystic Confluence. Okay, but we get to go with Narset now. This lets me know they did not have Mystic Confluence. We have Brain Freeze and Frantic Search. I think I want Frantic Search. I'm gonna pass turn, because I want a Cryptic Command, probably bounce Teferi or something. I guess we'll see. Definitely countering whatever this is. Like a Vindicate on Narset, maybe? Ooh. Did they play land? If they played a land, this is perfect. They did not. Because I can counter him to Torag, bounce Teferi. Yeah, and then just hope they don't have a land. Don't do it. Yes! Oh my gosh, that went so well. Ugh, played well and got rewarded. Then we draw Tendrils of Agony, just honestly the card we wanted. Let's Narset. Miscalculation, Repeal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they don't draw a land, I can also miscalc Teferi, I guess. Otherwise, I can just repeal. I'll hold up miscalc. Play a land. I can frantic search right now. Seems probably worthwhile. Oh yeah, definitely worthwhile. Discarding Tendrils land. Untap these. I can play Gush. I think I'm better off just casting Palancron, honestly, and just like winning through a normal game of Magic. Untap these. Like I can Mind's Desire for 3. Maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, let's Gush. Dig Through Time. Okay, Dig Through Time's good. Getting rid of this. Thieving Skydiver. Gush. Do I want to get rid of Time Twister? Yeah, probably. I have Time Spiral. Time Twister. I don't really need Cryptic. Do I want to get rid of Tendrils? Yeah. And then Frantic Search. I'll get rid of Cryptic. So now we have Time Spiral. I get like Force of Will plus... I have 8 mana, so I could just hold up Force of Will Mana Leak. Or Force of Will Time Spiral, I guess. These in any order. Then we Time Spiral. Untap these. So they go down to 1 card in hand. Then I can Muldrifter. And then Brain Freeze them. I'm kind of 6. I can go High Tide. Yeah, I could go High Tide. Then repeal the Mox. That would be 6, 7, 8 Brain Freeze for 9. But I was just winning anyway. They're at 1 card in hand. Alright. Took down that matchup. See you guys next round. Alright, we're here for round 3, trying to get the winning record with Storm. We're finally on the play. Playing against Luca Bruno too. Every time this is my opener. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna keep. But this is the curse of Tendrils of Agony. You put 1 card in your deck that everyone's making fun of you for. And it's probably not great. But like, would this be better if it was a Mer Battlesphere right now? I don't think so. Uh-oh. The Goose? Don't like it. Anyway, here's a matchup where Brain Freeze might not be good. They have Lotus Bloom? Here's a matchup where Brain Freeze is almost certainly not good. If they're mono green with Lotus Bloom, they're up to no good. That's just my rule of thumb. Basically, any deck with Lotus Bloom is just up to no good, myself included. Like, counter Sakura Tribe Elder. I could just counter this and then Time Twister. The problem is they're ahead on the exchange. But my hand, I guess I have Sower of Temptation. I'm gonna let this through. Yeah, I feel like Sower's gonna be good. They also missed a land drop, so maybe I should have countered that. But they didn't sacrifice Sakura Tribe Elder on their turn, on my turn, so a bit weird. Huh. Main phase Steven is definitely an interesting situation. So I can Sower the Goose, but I think I'm just gonna hold it miscalc. A lot of it depends on what they do with this Lotus Bloom, right? If they just like tap out for Narset or Nisu Who Shakes the World or something. Wern Power Stone. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. The Goose costs 2 mana to make a food. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep passing turn. I don't really want a Miscalculation and Gilded Goose. That card's not super scary. I don't have the green mana to activate it, so it just doesn't do anything for me. I will Miscalculation to Thran Dynamo though. Yeah, there's like literally no chance that Brain Freeze is good here, right? Mana Leak. So now I get to go... Do I even want to Sower the Goose? I guess so, because I'm probably going to Time Twister next turn. So yeah, we'll just take their source of mana. And then Mana Leak whatever they play, and then Time Twister. Yoink. Go ahead. Salt Monolith, no. Definitely no mana for you. Oh man. I have super greedy ideas, and they all involve repealing Wern Power Stone. If I draw a land, this can work flawlessly. I like it. They can't even cast it. Actually, this just works flawlessly anyway. If I draw a land, this is perfect. If I don't draw a land, well, I drew this land. That's fine. If they don't have a land here, we're still golden. Shelduck Isle, if I'm going off, I probably would rather have... I guess this is like next turn. They'll just cast a Muldrifter. Hit them for 2. And let's just hope they whiff on lands and they can't recast Thran Dynamo. No, they hit it. Or Born Power Stone, whatever it is. So I think I might just Brain Freeze them so I can Muldrifter and see what's going on. Forest Ulamog Wall of Blossoms. Island Signet. I hit a bunch of mana. I'm okay with that. Let's cast Muldrifter. Play land. I can Gush, but honestly I feel like Time Twister at this point is probably better because we know their hand is full of spells right now. This just draws them 1, but it draws me like 4. Yeah, let's do that. Oh my gosh. I can Thieving Skydiver their Worn Power Stone next turn. That's beautiful. So we're gonna do that. This has been one of the weirder games of Magic I've ever played. They drew Lotus Bloom again. They have Mox Jet. Okay, well Garruk just dies, so that's fine. Very interesting. They played Garruk for literally no value so far. They must have a follow-up, right? Cultivate. Yeah, we're gonna mana leak that. This feels like the matchup where I'm just trying to like keep them off of mana. Right, we kill their Garruk, we steal their Worn Power Stone, we have Force of Will in hand. So first, let's play a land. Attack Garruk. This is just like a systematic dismantling, and it is beautiful. That happens. Then we play this with Kicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 3, we steal Worn Power Stone. Give me that, thank you. We pass turn. I really wish this added green mana so I could start Gilded Goosing. And then I guess the plan is to just kill them before Lotus Bloom lets them cast like an Ulamog or whatever. Karn, Scion of Urza. Let's cast Gush. Time Spiral and Mind's Desire. Well, I'm probably just gonna win next turn, so I guess this is fine. You can have the land. Do they play land? Yes. You may have the land. I probably shouldn't have cast Gush. I didn't realize like they didn't have anything going on. So we can kill Karn. Play land. So I can High Tide into Time Spiral with Force of Will backup. But there will be 8, there will be 9 lands left in my deck out of 18. So like there's going to be a pretty high density of mana. I think I'm better off waiting 1 turn because I could just hardcast Force and like that's pretty good. Plus I just have this army of like dudes. I'm wondering if I was supposed to just give them Hangerback Walker. Oko, Thief of Crowns. Probably worth countering. Although, I'm telling them that I have counter magic. I don't think they can survive with him. They can make a food. They can turn something into a 3/3. I think Oko's fine. He just dies to my flyers. Yeah, they just make a food, and then he dies. This is the easiest game I've ever played. Alright, draw land, play land. Basically every turn I wait, like, just the better it gets. Kill Oko. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So they could cast like an Ulamog next turn. Do I even care about that? Not really. Yeah, I don't think I care. I could also counter the Lotus Bloom. Put stops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you know what? I know they have Ulamog. Just counter Lotus Bloom, they can't get up to 10 mana. Their best play last turn was Oko, right? That's not a scary thing. Tanglewire, that's fine. They have 1 card in hand, it's gotta be Ulamog. Tap an untapped thing, so let's just do all my creatures, I guess? That's a lot of lands. I'm really, really glad I waited, because now, this is 10, there's only 7 lands left in my 16 card deck, so the odds of me getting a hand that's just mana is so much lower. So let's go High Tide. Then Mind's Desire? I have so much mana. Just Mind's Desire for 2. And then Time Spiral. Yeah, Cryptic Command is perfect. And Narset. Ooh. Do like that. Still have 10 mana left, so I can actually I have even more than that. Play Narset. Play Time Spiral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Time Spiral. We're gonna wait to activate Narset until after. 4, 5, 6. I guess I can Frantic Search. Is Lotus Bloom in my deck? Yes. So I really want to Frantic Search. We're trying to find Mind's Desire because then I can get Lotus Bloom and kill them with Tendrils. Okay, so there's that. Storm count is 5. Let's downtick Narset. Dig Through Time, another High Tide. So Dig Through Time makes it pretty much deterministic that I'm gonna win. I know High Tide's good, but I take this. because then I can put cards on the bottom. Let's cast Dig Through Time, getting rid of all of these. Yeah, because now I put Lotus Bloom on the bottom of my deck. I can grab Palancron Brain Freeze. And if that doesn't work, I don't want Lotus Bloom literally on the bottom. Like this, Lotus Bloom, Force of Will, Miscalc. Okay. Then I get to Palancron. 7 lands. Untap 7 lands. That's infinite mana, infinite Mind's Desire. Return you. Cast you. And that just sets up Brain Freeze plus Tendrils win, right? We get to see their deck, see if they have a way to stop me. Turn this. Cast this. I guess at this point Brain Freeze is now lethal. So if that goes through, it just goes through. But I would have been able to Tendrils them. And we'll see if it matters here. I mean, they're kind of dead no matter what I do. But I get to see if they have an Eldrazi. Upheaval, Ulamog, Salt Monolith, Cultivate. No! But they don't, I guess they don't know I have Tendrils. But I guess that also tells me they don't have an Eldrazi. I thought that was game 2, but I guess that was game 1. Okay, well I did not reveal the secret Tendrils of Agony. Let's just run it back. This is unbelievable! Get out of my opening hand, Tendrils of Agony! Oh my gosh. This has gotta be a mulligan. I mean, I guess. I'll keep this. This hand is also quite bad, but at least it has Cryptic Command. I saw Ulamog. I don't think I saw Channel from them. I'm gonna go back and check the footage. They showed me quite a bit of their deck, which is surprising. Yeah, they just look like generic big mana. I didn't really check the footage, but I saw Academy Runes. So I guess I'm a bit wary of like Mindslaver. They probably have Channel in their deck, but I can't stop that this game. Alright, well there's the land. Suspend Lotus Bloom. Hope for the best. Okay, just Steve. Alright, deck, give me like remand. Can I get a remand, please? Man, so unlucky, no remand. Alright, Vision is decent. If I somehow survive for a couple turns, then we'll be in good shape. I mean, their deck didn't look like it did a whole lot, although Oko is scary, right? They could just Oko Soccer Tri-Builder. I love Tanglewire in this situation. I have things under suspend and they're playing Tanglewire. That seems like only positive for me. Yeah, this seems like just a win-win. Next turn I get to hold up Cryptic Command. And I can repeal something. Sick. Yeah, for those wondering, this is... I mean, unless they do something else, this is not how you use Tanglewire. If they cast like Channel Emrakul here, I guess that's fine. But yeah, Gilded Goose is not that scary. They can tap the food, right? I think I'm just gonna repeal this token. Kinda wanna draw a card. Now they don't have Gilded Goose mana. That actually would have been decent because they would have been able to tap the Gilded Goose token. Can't do anything with these manas. Ancestral Vision's ticking down. I can use Lotus Bloom to Cryptic Command though. If they do something like super scary. Which honestly I probably would Cryptic Command in Oko or whatever. So they don't have opposition, I guess, because they would have kept their Steve around. Warren Power Stone is fine. So I need to remind myself, I keep thinking like, oh, I can just float mana in response, but that's not how that works. It says tap and untap, so if you try and like tap lands to get around Tanglewire, it just won't work. Because the one thing I was thinking is, Frantic Search gets around opposition specifically, but it does not get around Tanglewire. So just, I guess, be a bit wary of that. Wow, that Tanglewire really did a lot. It literally, I would have like discarded a card to put a Tanglewire in play. They have 7 mana, so we can Cryptic something, probably will counter whatever this is. Elder Gargaroth? Yeah, I think that's worth countering. Counter target spell, draw a card. Okay, more lands, not complaining. But we do need to hit a counter spell off Ancestral Vision. That would be definitely ideal. So we get to draw 3. Ooh, Narset's pretty good as well. Sheldock, also very good. In fact, Sheldock plus Frantic Search, extremely good. Force of Will, Thieving Sky. Oh, I don't think I can play the kicker. Actually, maybe I can, but I think Force of Will is probably good in this matchup. I'll put Gush into Skydiver into land. So I can play Narset. I think holding up Force of Will here is better. For those who are wondering how I'm going to Force of Will, you use Frantic Search. to untap the Shelldock Isle, and then we're gonna draw 2, discard 2. And I might even be able to do that into dig through time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just like a hard cast Crater Hoof. Oh, upheaval? Yeah, we're gonna frantic search. It's not even a great upheaval. Oh, I could just mana leak. Let's discard island and I guess Palancron? Let's just do island. Untap Shelldock here and here. I'll just mana leak this. And I still have Force of Will available. Fingerback Walker for 1. I think I'm okay with that. I can also dig through time here. Do I want to though? Because I kind of want to keep Lotus Bloom. I think I can just wait. Tap 0. Ah, that's boring. I just win now? Yeah, if I can find a single land and just win. Alright, High Tide. Palancron. It can't have Force of Will or anything like that. Tap 6 lands. Let's go ahead and dig through time. Getting rid of this. Yeah, because we're just gonna Mind's Desire into Tendrils. Ancestral Vision, Cryptic Command, Repeal, blue. So I get Island, and that's infinite mana, so I guess I just get Force of Negation. Do I have enough mana to do this? 10, 11, 12? Yeah, let's just get Force of Negation. And then put the rest lands first. Play the land, bounce you, cast you, and all the while holding up Force of Will. Tap 7. So now this is infinite mana, infinite storm. We're just gonna Mind's Desire our whole deck and Tendrils them out. Untap these. 18. So we're just going up and up. Like, yes, we could cast Time Spiral here, but the problem with that is there's just a chance we whiff because there are still lands left in our deck. So this is just much safer. These. The problem with the Palancron wins is they kind of require a lot of time. So I'm just going to come back when we have enough storm. I could like Narset, but the problem is with Narset, if I hit specifically just Tendrils and they have an Eldrazi in their deck, like that could be an issue. So we're just going to come back. Alright, we are approaching the final Palancron stages. Storm count of 16. Make sure we have all of our counter spells at the ready for their 1 card in hand. Who knows what it could be. Very scary, very scary. Mind's Desire. This is our entire deck. There's Tendrils, so we just kill them with Tendrils. It's Sink for like Brain Freeze, whatever. See, I told you it was possible to win with Tendrils. I have a lot of counter spells at the ready just in case anything weird happens. I really hope they sided it in Emrakul. Did I also put Lethal Brain Freeze? Nah. They went through the Palancron triggers, that's enough. If I had stormed off faster, I'd probably also stack Lethal Brain Freeze on top, but I don't feel like BMing someone. Why did it go to that screen? Let's go here. Yeah, okay, thank you guys for watching. That was pretty sweet. We just barely lost to Mono Red. I think that was Mono Red. But this is one of the better Storm decks. I think if you're going to build Storm, this is very close to how to build it. Obviously, random Tendrils is not ideal. I think if we had Thassa's Oracle, it'd be just much better than Tendrils, but we took Brain Freeze over Thassa's Oracle because I think in general Brain Freeze is an easier win condition, so that's why I took that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to be recording quite a bit of these, so stay tuned. See you guys then.